I was trying to research some of the sources that are in the videos U.S. is a corporation, not a country, as well as 30 little known facts about America. A lot of the things in those videos I couldn't find. I couldn't find the documents that stated the claims made in the videos. And some of the documents I found, and they were like 300 or 400 pages long, and I did a search for certain words and couldn't find them, so maybe some of it's in there and I didn't see it, or maybe they're just nonsense. But one thing I did find that I thought was worth making a short video about addresses whether or not you are protected by the United States Constitution. You'll find a link to this document in the description, but I'm going to show you the parts here that apply to the discussion. The case is Padelford Fay and Company versus the mayor and aldermen of the city of Savannah. Now the first page, as you can see, is page 6. We're going to zoom in here and take a closer look. Now you can see in this comment, and I've highlighted the important part, no private person has a right to complain by suit in court on the ground of a breach of the United States Constitution. For though the Constitution is a compact, he is not a party to it. So according to what it says right here, no private person in the U.S. Is a party to the U.S. Constitution. Now this is page 45, and it gets a little deeper into the first point. And you can pause it and read it more thoroughly, but essentially what it says is, no private person has a right to complain on the ground of a breach of the Constitution. He is not a party to it. The states are the parties to it, and they may complain, or they may waive the right to complain. Could not the states forgive such a breach of the Constitution? In other words, the states are parties to the Constitution, but not you, and the state itself may choose to complain about the breach of the Constitution or forgive the breach of the Constitution. So the Constitution does not apply to you, it applies to the state. And if the state doesn't have a problem with that breach of the Constitution, it can just forgive it. It goes on to say, if this were done, that is, if the breach were forgiven, what would become the claims of private persons? To let such claims be set up against the forgiven party would be to do away with the forgiveness. So what it's saying here is, if the state did breach the Constitution and then the state forgave itself essentially for that breach, you could not make claims about this, you could not make complaints about this, because the state has already forgiven it, and in order to make claims like that, you would be superseding the state's forgiveness of it, so you're not allowed to do that. It goes on to say, no, if there existed such claimants, they would have to appeal each to his own sovereign for redress. It was that sovereign's business. Those citizens must look to him alone for indemnity. So if you have a problem, you're expected to go to your sovereign, and it's up to him alone to take care of the problem. If he chooses to forgive this breach of the Constitution, that's his decision, and there's not a thing you can do about it.